A boycott, a secret swearing in, multiple lawsuits. What is going on at the Minnesota legislature? We have the two House leaders live in studio. You'll hear from GOP leader Lisa Dameth in just a few minutes, but right now we have DFL leader Melissa Hortman live in studio. Thank you so much for coming in on a very cold morning. Let me ask you, why are Democrats doing what they're doing? The boycott situation, a lot of people in the public don't get it.
Well, Democrats are asking Republicans for something very simple, and that is to honor the will of the voters. That means seating the individual who won in Shakopee, Brad Tabke, who won the Shakopee race, on election night, in a recount and in a court decision. And that means recognizing the will of the voters and going to shared power when we're in a tie.
All right. The Tabke race is key. This is the race in Shakopee where he won by 14 votes. There was a recount, he won. And then 20 votes, though, are missing. A judge just ruled on Friday that he did, in fact, win. Yet it's not clear if they're going to seat him. But the Minnesota Constitution gives the legislature the power to seat people. I wasn't aware of that. So theoretically, he could not be seated.
Yeah, and actually the court's decision didn't come down until the first day of the session. But what the judge ruled was that there's no basis in law or fact for a special election, and that the evidence was conclusive that Brad Tabke won this election. They know exactly who the 20 voters are whose ballots were accidentally thrown away. Six of them testified.
Well, there was a little bit of a caveat on exactly the 20 votes.
The court found that evidence supported Brad Tabke's victory, and so he should be seated. Not a single Republican in the Minnesota House of Representatives has committed to honor the will of the voters in that Shakopee race. Instead, they want to throw away 22,000 people's votes just because they can.
During this boycott, which has been ongoing and could last for several more weeks, we don't know when it's going to end.
We're ready to go back right now. We want to go back right now. If Republicans will commit to two things, honoring the will of the voters in Shakopee and agreeing that we're power sharing if we return to a tie. We have offered that they run the chamber until we get to a tie. If we never get to a tie,
and that Leader Dameth could be speaker.
During that time period, absolutely. But then if we're in a tie, we go to the agreement that we spent 60 days negotiating of what would happen when we're in a tie.
Should your members get paid while they are boycotting?
They're absolutely working in their districts. Me, for example, I met with my police chief and my mayor. These are things that are typically pretty difficult to do during the legislative session when we're in meetings in St. Paul. And in fact, the meetings in St. Paul at the beginning of the session are largely informational. And so our members right now are spending time in their districts, meeting with their constituents, their school districts, their mayors, and their police chiefs.
All right. You have seemed convinced and continue to be convinced that what Leader Dameth is really aiming for is to have power be House Speaker for the next 2 years. Is that the case?
Yeah, that's not what the voters delivered. The voters delivered a tie of 67-67. And so just because there might be a short period of time here where they have a one-seat advantage, they don't have enough members to pass a bill or to even convene.
At this point, they cannot pass a bill. Well, let me ask you about that, because the one thing that this legislative session has to do, every 2 years, you have to pass a budget for the state of Minnesota. If a budget isn't passed, the state will shut down. It's hard. You can't even agree on how many members you have. I mean, do you think at some point you will be able to come to agreement to get a budget done?
It's better to have a knockdown, drag-out fight right now about how we're going to work together than on the precipice of the state shutting down. So I think if we can
do have 5 months.
Yeah, I think if we can get it straight that we're going to work collaboratively together as a team, that will set us up for being able to pass a budget together.
You have sued the GOP. There's a hearing before the Supreme Court on Thursday to determine if your claim is correct that the GOP violated laws, the state law, by holding a session with the 66 members. What do you think? I mean, do you have any feel for that, or which way it could go, or when a ruling could come?
Well, we've never seen in state history a legislative body ignore the presiding officer that's appointed by law. Secretary of Simon found that there wasn't a quorum present, and he adjourned the session. So it was kind of
a lot of people say, well, Secretary Simon's a Democrat.
Well, Secretary Simon has a very limited role as presiding officer, and the statute says the first thing he has to figure out is whether there's a quorum. The Constitution requires that there's a quorum to conduct business. But importantly, Democrats are ready to go back to the Capitol as soon as Republicans will commit to honoring the will of the voters in both Shakopee and statewide.
All right, Leader Hortman, thank you so much for coming in on such a cold morning.